In earlier video on Monday, I told I expect Nifty to stay between 20,600 to 20,200, but markets completely surprised today and Nifty opened at 19,980, which is 150 points drop from previous day's close. There are multiple updates for the gap down opening that financial platforms are updating. Let us talk them one by one and try to form the logical understanding of investor sentiment. First, crude oil rally. Crude oil is trading at $94 per barrel mark. Second point is dollar index is rising. It is now above 105 mark. It was trading above 105 mark last time was in March 9th, 2023. In last 6 months, it was below 105 mark only. If dollar index is rising means it will negatively impact all other currencies, which is the reason for our currency getting weaker. 82.9 rupee mark was a very good resistance in USD INR. This level was never broken earlier. This level was never broken in USD INR charts from last year October. Multiple times when USD INR came to 82.9 rupees level, the price fell and made Indian currency strengthen. But now even this important level broken and price went further higher. Now the third point is, which is hot topic right now, India-Canada relationship. Let us talk a background about this topic and then discuss about its effect on our markets. Khalchistan movement. The movement is to establish a sovereign state for Sikhs in Punjab region. Now Canada has huge Indian population, in particularly Sikhs are the majority of Indians in Canada. They were conducting these movements in Canada demanding a separate sovereign state for Sikhs in India. The Sikh leader in Canada, he is Harshdeep Singh, was shot dead in Canada and he had Canadian citizenship. Now Prime Minister of Canada says he has credible information that India is behind this killing. According to Canada's law, any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is violation of Canadian law. So now they have sent home Indian diplomat from Canada. India has rejected these claims and in response to Canada, Indian government also expelled a Canadian diplomat. So this is about India-Canada uncertainty. How will it impact our markets in particular if we talk about trade data? In 2022 to 2023, it was $8.16 billion, where India exported $4.1 billion and Canada exports $4.06 billion. So there is not very much dependence on each other. If we compare Canada's exports of $4.06 billion to versus China export of $120 billion to India, it is very minute. But Canada Pension Fund, who is fourth largest FDI to India, they have invested over $45 billion in India. The fears in markets are, will they sell their stake? Nobody will sell their stakes just because of some diplomatic issues. Markets will just ignore this issue by today's evening. US Fed data is what I personally think. There are even reports that Canada PM is doing all this just to get votes from Sikh community in Canada, which can boost his chance of success in upcoming elections. So this is complete India-Canada data. Now the fourth point, this is the main point that will impact our markets in coming trading sessions. US Fed interest rate outcome, which will be updated on 20th evening, which is today evening. I will once again explain market expectations. US interest rate is at 5.50%. Expectations are no rate hike this time, and they expect US Federal Reserve Chairman to be data dependent, and they will definitely hold rates higher for longer time. This is what expectations are. Market can move higher or lower depending on the outcome of the event. Now with this major global updates covered, let us talk about Nifty charts. Today Nifty fell by 231 points. Out of 231 points fall, HDFC Bank and Reliance Industries both combined contributed 150 points, whereas Bank Nifty fell 595 points, out of which HDFC Bank itself contributed 495 points. So if these two stocks, they have their own reasons for today's fall. If these two stocks were just neutral means the fall wouldn't have been such intense. Markets continuously fell downside and closed near day's lows and even closed below 20,000 mark. But today's event might bring clear picture of the future direction of Nifty. Let us wait and see whether markets will come above 20,000 mark or will they correct downside. There are important supports downsides in 19,800 level and 19,600 level as very good supports. But I expect markets to move higher personally. 19,820 is near support. 20,000 mark is very crucial for upside move. Option chain range 19,500 to 20,200. Now markets are 300 points away from 20,200, which gives us comfort on higher side, and there is also 400 points downside from our present level of 19,900. So let us continue the range. Now let's move on to stocks news. Let's talk about HDFC Bank. Today stock fell close to 4%, which dragged Nifty downside. In unlisted meet, HDFC updated that there will be impact on net interest margin. Net interest margin NIM means, for example, I will deposit 1 lakh in HDFC Bank as FD, or I will just keep that 1 lakh amount in my bank account. So bank should pay interest to me for that 1 lakh. Let us consider it as 5% interest for that 1 lakh. It comes around 5,000 rupees. interest I have earned for my 1 lakh from HDFC Bank. Now, how will HDFC Bank pay me 5% interest? They will give that 1 lakh to somebody else at higher interest rate. So this is a formula for net interest margin. The interest they have earned is 10,000 minus interest they paid is 5,000 divided by total earning assets, which is 1 lakh, which equals to 5% net interest margin. So this is just an example. For a bank like HDFC, they will be having huge amount. We all know recently HDFC and HDFC Bank has been merged into single entity. Due to this merger, now both HDFC and HDFC Bank has liquidity, which will automatically reduce net interest margins of HDFC Bank. To explain this in a bit more simple way, in earlier formula we spoke interest earned minus interest paid by total earning assets. Let us take previous example only. Just keep the metrics same. Interest earned is still 10,000 minus interest paid is still 5,000. Now due to merger, the total earning assets has been increased. If we change this number 1 lakh to 2 lakh means net interest margin will be reduced to 2.5. So this is the logic of HDFC Bank update on net interest margin. I hope you understand the backdrop. In Q1 FY24, which is April, May, June quarter, the net interest margin was at 2.7%. Now it is estimated to be 2% in Q2, and the market is also expecting it to be reduced in upcoming quarters. And also the book value per share has been reduced by 23 rupees per share. And in morning session, 11.6 lakh shares changed hands today. Now let's move on to Reliance Industries, which along with HDFC Bank was the main reason for today's Nifty's fall. The reasons for stock fall is increase in windfall tax to rupees 10,000 per ton, which was just 6,700 per ton 2 weeks earlier. Windfall tax means it is levied by central governments on unexpected profits. Reliance has been profiting due to crude oil price rise, due to which government increased windfall tax. In addition to that, 1.9 crore shares changed hands today. The worth of the shares is 4,563 crore. The stock price fell, so we must conclude it has a huge selling pressure without good buying. The buyers and sellers are not known yet. Earlier we spoke about India and Canada updates. Now let us talk about 7 stocks which Canadian pension fund holds majority of stake. Canada Pension Fund is the biggest FPI from Canada. They hold majority in IT and banks including Kotak Mahindra Bank, TCS, Infosys, Sun Pharma, and they even have significant investments in any-age tech companies like Nykaa, Paytm, Zomato, Delivery. I personally think this is just a fall which happened due to this news, but there is no updates that they will sell their stake in these companies. Now let's talk about GR Infra Projects Limited. They have updated stock exchanges today around 2 p.m. that the company's subsidiary Yamuna Bridge Highway Private Limited has won an order from Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways of worth 737 crores to construct 4-lane highway in UP. The order is to be completed by 2 years. With this news, the share price rallied suddenly from 2 p.m. today. Now let's talk about Adani Green. In earlier video, I told about a speculation between Adani Green and Total Energies. This is now become official. Adani Green and Total Energies, French-based oil company, set to form a joint venture JV with 50-50% partnership, and Total Energies will invest $300 million. So now let's move on to Prakash Industries. They manufacture and export steel rods, steel plates, and they even do coal mining. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change from Government of India has granted environmental clearance for coal mining in Chhattisgarh, which may boost the revenues of the company. After this clearance from Government of India, share price rallied by 4.8% in intraday. From past 6 months, the share price rallied by 170%. Now let's talk about Zomato. Apart from Canadian Pension Fund holding stake in Zomato, there is also another news update which will impact Zomato and even Swiggy, these online food ordering service companies. There is a government app which is ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. In this app, people can shop daily essentials, groceries, and they can even order food online from restaurants and hotels. Now this ONDC has joined with No Brokerhood, which is a payment management app, and the company has very good technical capabilities in this online kirana stores and grocery. No Brokerhood has close to 50,000 tie-ups with these outlets. Now with this tie-up between ONDC and No Brokerhood, they will collect very less commissions from online. How will this impact Zomato and Swiggy? Zomato and Swiggy as an aggregators, for every order placed through their platforms, charges commissions between 15 to 22% from restaurants and hotels which have tie-ups with Zomato and Swiggy, whereas this government-backed ONDC charges commissions of just 2 to 5%. There is huge difference between ONDC and their competitors, so it naturally decreases the price of the same food that people order in ONDC compared to Zomato and Swiggy, which might be a threat to them. So with this update, Zomato shares fell today. So this is the video. Thank you for watching it.